Wendy Williams, the self-proclaimed queen of how you doing. The question that's less about how you're doing and more about how much tea you're spilling has left a legacy more colorful than a rainbow at a Skittles factory. With over 3 decades in the media game, Wendy has done it all. Dish the dirt, serve the shade, and caused celebrity meltdowns that were more spectacular than your Aunt Sheila at Thanksgiving after a bottle of Chardonnay. We're going to dive deep into Wendy's rise to fame, her undeniable reign, the way she turned gossip into an art form, and of course her unforgettable, sometimes wobbly exit. Grab your teacup because we're spilling all the Wendy Williams style tea, early beginnings from New Jersey to the microphone. Wendy was born Wendy Joan Williams on July 18, 1964 in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Yes, the same state where spray tans are as mandatory as taxes. Wendy's upbringing was surprisingly normal, except for one key detail: little Wendy was loud, opinionated, and unapologetically brash, a perfect cocktail for a career in radio. If there was ever a child destined to spill the beans on everyone's business, it was Wendy. Even her baby doll tea parties must have been loaded with side-eye and gossip. Wendy's parents, Thomas and Shirley, tried to channel her energy into productive activities. The Williams family was strict, scholarly, and all about education, which is hilarious because Wendy never seemed too interested in playing by the rules. Instead, she was busy creating her own set of rules, which later became 1, speak loudly, 2, speak messily, 3, speak shamelessly, and 4, repeat until famous. Wendy attended Northeastern University, where she majored in communications because, she secured her first radio gig at a station in St. Croix. Yes, you heard that right. While the rest of us were trying to figure out how to survive college, Wendy was in the Caribbean, kicking off her radio career. She then moved on to more notable gigs, but her real breakthrough came when she landed at WRKS Kiss FM in New York City. Radio days unfiltered, unstoppable, and uncensored. Wendy Williams in the 90s was like a Tasmanian devil in heels, unleashed onto the radio waves with an agenda to shake things up and shake them hard. Her show became a hotbed of scandalous topics, explosive interviews, and more celebrity drama than a Real Housewives reunion. Wendy didn't just sip the tea, she poured the entire teapot and threw in a gallon of gasoline for good measure. Her big break in radio was her infamous feud with Mariah Carey. This wasn't just any celebrity spat, this was like 2 lions going at it in the Coliseum, except instead of swords, they used microphones and snarky remarks. Wendy accused Mariah of being too perfect, and Mariah, in her classic diva fashion, clapped back. The feud made headlines and catapulted Wendy into the spotlight. Wendy had found her niche. She was the queen of controversy, and celebrities feared her like mosquitoes fear bug spray. Another iconic moment during her radio days was her interview with Whitney Houston. The tension was so thick you could slice it with a butter knife. Wendy poked at Whitney's personal life, drug rumors, and more, and Whitney responded with legendary lines like, "If you don't know me, you don't know me." It was raw, it was real, and it was Wendy at her best. Wendy loved to press the uncomfortable button, and that was what made her great or terrifying, depending on who you asked. The Wendy Williams Show TV's shadiest crown. By the time 2008 rolled around, Wendy had officially outgrown the radio booth and needed a bigger stage to spill her piping hot tea. Enter The Wendy Williams Show, a daily talk show that became the talk of the town, the internet, and your Aunt Linda's Facebook page. For the next 13 years, Wendy served us looks questionable, catchphrases iconic, and the most delicious celebrity gossip this side of TMZ. Who could forget Wendy's oversized purple chair, the way she dramatically sipped her tea, or how she asked questions no one else dared to? Wendy wasn't just hosting a talk show, she was giving a live masterclass on how to make people uncomfortable in the most entertaining way possible. Wendy's infamous Hot Topics segment became a staple in pop culture. She had no qualms about dragging celebrities, whether they were listers or reality show nobodies. Everyone was fair game. Beyonce Queen Bee herself wasn't even immune to Wendy's critique. Wendy famously questioned whether Beyonce could read. Yes, you read that correctly. Whether you agree with her or not, you can't deny that it takes a special kind of audacity to come for Beyonce. But that was Wendy's magic fearlessness with a side of mess. Her most popular catchphrase, "How you doing?" became more than just a greeting. It was a signal that the tea was about to spill. But it wasn't just the phrase, it was the delivery. Wendy's exaggerated hand gesture and saucy tone made it clear that she wasn't actually interested in how you were doing. She wanted to know who you were doing it with, how bad the breakup was, and whether there was any dirt for her to dig up. She made being nosy into a lucrative career, which is pretty much everyone's dream. Wendy's personal drama, the host, becomes the hot topic. But for all her years of serving up celebrity drama, Wendy's own personal life became the juiciest story in town. In 2019, news broke that Wendy's husband of over 20 years, Kevin Hunter, had been living a double life complete with a mistress and a baby. Now, this is where things got spicy. For years, Wendy had been talking about everyone else's dirty laundry, and now hers was being aired for the world to see. But here's the thing about Wendy, she was always honest, sometimes brutally so. She didn't hide from the scandal. She addressed it head on, albeit slowly, but she didn't retreat. She knew that people wanted the tea on her life just as much as they wanted it on the Kardashians. Wendy filed for divorce, and that's when things got wilder than a VH1 reality show. Kevin was her manager, business partner, and essentially had his hand in everything Wendy related. She cut ties with him completely, even selling off the infamous New Jersey mansion where the family drama had unfolded. Wendy emerged from the chaos stronger, bolder, and let's be honest, messier than ever. Because even in the middle of her own soap opera, Wendy kept doing what she did best, entertaining us. health battles, and the farewell how Wendy shook up the gossip game one last time. Wendy's later years on The Wendy Williams Show were punctuated by her health struggle. She openly discussed her battles with Graves' disease and other personal issues, including her sobriety. But in true Wendy fashion, she faced her challenges with a mix of humor and unfiltered honesty. When she fainted live on air during a Halloween episode, dressed as the Statue of Liberty no less, she returned the next day and made jokes about it. That's classic Wendy. Nothing was too serious to laugh at, even her own health scares. In 2021, Wendy took a hiatus due to health issues, and speculation swirled about whether she'd return to the purple chair. Eventually, it was announced that Wendy would not be coming back, and The Wendy Williams Show came to an end in 2022. The end of her show marked the closing of a significant chapter in daytime television, but Wendy's legacy was far from over. Wendy Williams, impact queen of daytime drama. Wendy Williams didn't just host a talk show, she was the talk show. Wendy didn't play by the rules, she rewrote them, in permanent marker on live TV. She transformed the landscape of celebrity gossip by making it a form of entertainment that was unapologetically messy, unfiltered, and most importantly, hilarious. Let's be real, Wendy Williams is the blueprint for every messy blogger, Instagram gossip account, and YouTuber who spills tea like they work for Lipton. She brought urban gossip to mainstream audiences, and her larger-than-life personality ensured that every episode of her show was a spectacle. Whether you loved her, hated her, or loved to hate her, you couldn't ignore her. Wendy's catchphrases are iconic. How you doing will forever be her signature. Right next to say it like you mean it, she understood that in a world of carefully curated images, people crave something real, even if that real came wrapped in drama, shade, and the occasional side-eye. Conclusion, the queen's reign lives on. Wendy Williams might have stepped away from the purple chair, but her influence still looms large, whether it's in the memification of her most dramatic moments or in the way today's media hosts try and fail to replicate her formula. Wendy's mark on pop culture is undeniable. Wendy's legacy isn't just in the celebrity gossip she delivered, it's in the unapologetic way she lived her life. She was bold, she was messy, and she was real.